Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to wire the HME drive-through base stations. Now this demonstration is shown in a HME 6000 series, but they're relatively the same on most HME base stations, including the 6100 and the 6200, except the power supply on the 6000 is AC 16 volts, and on the newer ones it's DC 24 volts. Other than that, they are basically the same type of connector. It's basically all plug and play and easy to install and upgrade. So here is how we do it. So this is our base station. Notice there are plugs here. There are two different types of plugs. Some are lock, snap, like this. You lock it, it snaps in and holds the wire. The others are like this, which is a screw kind, which you put the cables in and then you tie the screws, as you can see here. Let the camera focus there. You basically, that's how you put the cable in. But mostly they come with a snap type of connector. The snap type of connector is you open it like that and the cables come out like this. Cables come out and then you put your fresh cables and you plug it in. Now all these plugs are polarized, meaning that they have these little notches that are cut off and open, cut off and in place, and two are cut off. Based on that, there are little blockers here. You see those red blockers? That one is a red blocker and this one is a red blocker. The rest don't have blockers. And those blockers will make sure that you don't plug this in the wrong spot, because it doesn't even go in. So this is polarized. All of these will only go in where they belong. Now, for each plug, for each connector, there is a diagram right here that shows you what goes where. This diagram will tell you. So in this plug, which is J30, as you can see, the diagram shows, let me zoom in so you can see better. Okay, so this is J30, as you can see right there. It says J30, you can see there. And same thing here, it says J30. So that's how you know which wiring diagram is for which plug. Now in this diagram, you see that's mic 1, mic 2, ground. Mic 1 means mic positive, mic 2 means mic negative, and ground means the shield around the microphone cable. The shield is the protection from radio noise or external noises. So mic 1, mic 2, ground. This is 12 volts DC out. This is negative vehicle detector, auxiliary vehicle detector, outside speaker minus, outside speaker plus. Okay, all these are important. The rest are not that important, because see, there are a lot of connectors in a drive-through base station. You don't necessarily have to plug everything in to have an operation up and running. The most important thing for you to plug in to have a working drive-through system is your outdoor microphone, outdoor speaker, vehicle detector board, and program the headsets. That's about it. Okay, so let's get started. The HME cable, the original HME cable, look like this, and when you need to strip it. For the exterior shell, you need to use the strip. See that, the very first hole, which is gauge 10, for that, and then you have to remove this metallic aluminum foil. All these cables are important, so none of these are garbage, so don't cut any of them. Okay, this one you have to turn it, twist it and turn it, twist it and turn it. Because this is the shield. Remember, this is the ground, the shield. See that? So it doesn't have insulation. Let me zoom that in there. There is no insulation. So basically, I recommend putting some tape over it so it doesn't. Because I have shields, but I don't expect everybody to have shields laying around. Like, these are heat shrink shields. So I can cut one shorter. I can cut a shorter one and put it right here as a shield so it doesn't short around. Okay, and then I would double fold it to get a better thickness out of that. And then this goes in pin number 3. See that? Ground is pin number 3 is ground. So if my plug goes in here, the ground goes in pin number 3. Push it all the way in and lock it. You have to push it all the way in. Okay, I locked 2 instead of 1. So there you go. That's in my ground. Now the red is microphone plus, the black is microphone negative. Microphone plus, microphone negative. For these, you're going to use the first hole, which is 20 gauge. Okay, so we have black and red. This goes in number 2. This goes in number 1. All color coded. Now we have these two, which is for the speaker. Okay, we need to strip them. After you strip it, it's good to twist it so they don't fall apart. Okay, now let's look. Where is the speaker gonna go? The outside speaker is 7 and 8. White is negative, green is plus. And the negative is closer to the rest. And the plus is right here. Okay, so this microphone and speaker is wired. Okay, there are a lot of connectors here, a whole bunch of connectors, this and that. Don't worry about those. For primary use, this is the most important in this one. These two is what you need, and obviously the vehicle detector, which I'm going to get into that later. Okay, so let's plug this in. This is plugged in. Now we have our power supply transformer. The power supply transformer is 16 volts AC, and this has 3 cables, ground and AC and AC. 3 cables on the transformer side, ground, AC and AC, but on this end it has only 2, AC and AC. The ground is only to shield the cable, it doesn't connect to the base. At least not in this model. Okay, now this, because it's alternating current, it doesn't matter which way you plug it in, but it only goes in one way. Because it doesn't matter if this white is on this side, black is on that side, or if it's reversed, because it's not DC, it's AC. But it goes in like that, like that. This one we don't have to wire right now. It's for other things which we don't need to worry about. It tells you what it's for: relays and ground and grill speaker. If you want to put a speaker on the grill so the cook could hear what's going on. That's what this is for. So for normal use, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now let's get on this end. This cable right here that I'm representing, this cable will be like 50 or 100 feet long. I just cut it short so I could teach you. And this end, you do the same. You cut it open. Okay, this goes to the microphone ground, microphone plus, microphone minus, speaker plus, speaker minus. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's as simple as that. And then you plug this in. Let's plug this puppy in here. 1 second. Okay, I have it plugged in now. As you can see, now it's turning on. The light's blinking. Everything is good. It's powered up and everything. Now, if you look on the front, you will have all the lights on, indicating that it's getting power. Okay, now let me zoom out and show you what the rest of the cables are. Okay. Now if you notice, there's a little board here. This board is vehicle detector board. This is what detects when a car comes in the drive-through lane. This board comes with a cable. This cable plugs in right here. Right here. There are 2 of them. Make sure so you don't get it confused. It plugs into this side, not to this one. Okay. This one is for auxiliary vehicle detector board. In some restaurants, there is more than one vehicle detector board. This is the menu board vehicle detector board, and then this one is auxiliary, additional vehicle detector board. So that, let's say you have one in the drive-in, the driveway. As soon as the vehicle enters, you know, and then when the vehicle gets to the menu board, you know, like that. Some places have 4 or 5 vehicle detectors because they want to know where the car is, wherever the car goes. So, you know. So if you have more vehicle detector boards, you have room for additional vehicle detector boards here. You could have one more, and then you could have there's so many options. There's so many options. You could have you could buy the zoom timer with even more vehicle detector boards. So anyways, so the vehicle detector board plugs in here. These 2 cables, let me go to that. This plug right here goes to the underground vehicle detector loop. Exactly where the vehicle comes, where the car comes to the drive-through lane, under the pavement or concrete in some places. Under that pavement, there is a loop, a coil. And that coil has 2 leads, 2 wires coming out of it. Those 2 wires will be feeded or led to this right here, A and B, these 2 plugs. Okay? Now, obviously, those wires are not going to reach you. You have to maybe use some more of this wire, and maybe use like green and white in here, and then use green and white on the other end for that, because the wire that comes out of it may not reach your restaurant, the kitchen area. Okay, so that's that. Now, this right here, you see that? Okay. This is the volume control. Let me zoom in. This is the volume control. Excuse, my hands are so dry and nasty, but you know, mechanics always, the hands are dirty. So this is the volume control of the microphone outside. So if you turn this to the right, you will hear the customer louder. If you turn it to the left, you will hear the customer lower when they're ordering. Customer who are ordering food. So what does that mean? That means, let's see, that means if I take a Phillips screwdriver, see, this is a Phillips. If I take a Phillips screwdriver and move this to the right, this is not, let me get another camera angle, just a second. Okay. You need to zoom that in, come this way, there you go, there. If I get a Phillips screwdriver, move this to the right, it's loud, move it to the left, it's lower. That's what that is. Okay? Okay, so we explained that. Don't worry about the rest of it. Each one has a role, but you don't want to mess around with these because all of these are factory set to the default settings. So you only mess around with these if you really must. Okay? All the rest of your settings are in the front. In the front of this, you open this and you have all kinds of settings here. These you don't have to worry about. Speed team is that if you want to shut off the drive-through wireless system and have your employees go outside with a little tablet to take the orders, you turn this on. Okay, this is vehicle detector normal, this is override or reset. So that's simple, that says right there what it is. These are messages, green message and red message if you want to have the outgoing message for customers who come, like greeter. If you want to greet them and tell them, welcome, we will be right with you, something like that, then you turn it on. Welcome to our restaurant, please hang in there, we'll be right with you, like that. Okay, so these are self-explanatory. Everything says what it is. So vehicle tone, vehicle presence tone, VAA level control, vehicle presence tone, volume at the grill, speaker outside. The louder it is, the customer can hear you better. If this is too low, the customer cannot hear your employees. When they, for example, the employee says, welcome to our restaurant, may I take your order? The customer cannot hear. You have to make it loud. Okay? Message volume outside. If you have a greeter, the message volume outside is controlled from this. A greeter saying, we will be right with you, please. Hang in there. Like that. This one is inbound volume at the grill. When the customer, excuse me, when the customer is talking and placing their order, not only the guy wearing the headset would hear it. If you put a speaker on the grill kitchen cook will also hear it. This is the volume control for that. Okay? A volume at the grill, B volume at the grill, and message volume at the grill. What is the meaning of A volume at the grill, B volume at the grill, or message volume at the grill? That means each belt pack or headset. This is a headset and this is a belt pack. Okay? Each belt pack or headset has two buttons. One is A, one is B. And the A and the B, A1 and A2 is the same if you have a single lane, by the way. If you are dual lane, then one will be lane 1 and lane 2. But most restaurants are one lane. So if your restaurant has one lane, these and these don't make any difference. They're the same. So the volume level of A and the volume level of B is that for the grill. For example, if you're telling the guy, the employee is telling the customer, would you like to add French fries to that? And you press this. When you're talking, you press this. And your conversation in channel A, that asking the guy if he wants French fries, will go to the grill based on this volume level. And this is the conversation between employees. If one guy is on the break and he is running around, some of those employees wasting time, goofing off, if he's running around and you need to tell him to come back to your post because it's really busy, this is where you tell him, as long as that guy, the goof off, is wearing the headset, he's going to hear you. And also the grill will hear you based on the B. The grill kitchen cook will hear and get assurance that, oh, help is on the way. The goof off is coming back. So that's between the employees. Okay? This and this is communication between the employees. All right. So now let's go. And now a lot of things I didn't explain because it doesn't matter. It tells you right here what each one does. I don't want to make this like a 1 hour long video and explain things that you don't need. I'm only going to show you things that are very important for your restaurant to get started, to get going, Now let's talk about how to register the headsets. Now you got a headset like this, right? And you got a base like this, and you want to register this. The first thing we need to do is we need to clear the current registration. To clear, you have to press reset and you have to press clear together, and then let go reset, continue holding clear until you get a C. I got a C. See that C there, right there? That's a C. Okay, when I get the C, I'm good to go. Let me turn this off so you can see better. Oh, this is still too bright. Hold on. Okay. Now I'm going to do that again so you can see. There's the C. You see that? Now you let go. Now it's ready to register again. Okay. Now, in order to register, here's what we will do. You turn on your headset by pressing down the B together. Now, when you keep B pressed in, keep it pressed in, don't let go while you're turning it on. And then it will tell you, it will give you a message that headset number and ready. Now I'm going to put this near my mic so you can hear it, okay? Actually, let me, here, this is my mic. I'm going to put it here so you can hear it. See what it says, okay? See what it says.
Headset 0, battery full, registration.
It said headset 0, battery full, registration. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click register. Where is the registration? Start registration, this button. Click it once. Start registration, and this should give me 0 when it's ready.
Headset 0.
Okay.
Lane 1.
Now it's ready. I got a 0. The first smaller 0 was actually registration process. The bigger 0 tells me the headset number. So this is headset number 0. If I were to register a belt pack now to this, it will be belt pack number 1. Or if I were to register another headset, it will be headset number 1. The third one will be number 2, number 3, and so on. Now this is ready. I can communicate. There you go. It's flashing. When it's flashing, it's communicating with this. Obviously, I don't have a speaker hooked up to this. I mean, there's no speaker to hear anything. But it is communicating right now. So this is the basic installation and registration of your drive-through system, and which will keep, make your restaurant up and running, and then later and later, as you want to advance to more sophisticated setup with like vehicle detector boards and let me get this mic here. I forgot the mic there. Okay. So later and later, as you become more sophisticated, that you want like vehicle detector boards, and you want additional lanes, like two vehicle lanes, or if you want, for example, more bases, additional headsets. Each base can take up to 15 headsets, or that's a lot. That's a lot. That you could have a big operation, big restaurant with 15 employees, and one base can handle it. Now, if you really get big, really get busy, like if you have, like, let's say 20 employees and you need 20 headsets, then you can add another base. And that is when those other plugs and connectors come in handy. That's why I didn't teach you those, because it's a waste of time. Average Joe will never use those. If you have a lot of more employees, then these right here, these connections, this connection, all of these will come in handy when you add additional bases. And for under normal conditions, you will not use these, and it tells you, even these will tell you what they are. Each one tells you what each one is. So yeah, so that's speed team communication. If you want to speak to the speed team, these HME base stations are so well built, or so complete, or so advanced, that this unit that you see here is more than 10 years old, but it's still meeting the standards of doing your drive-through communication. And today's technology is still, this is a winner. Not to mention their new ones. Their new HD is super good clarity, sound clarity. All right, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day.